Hey y'all, hey, it's Troyia Monay back to y'all with another video. Today's video is super exciting as always, you guys. In today's video, we are going to be doing a little chit chat. Get ready with me. We are going to be discussing how to create content that is fit for your target audience, you guys. So I'm going to be doing my makeup and answering some questions that I've been getting a lot all about content and how to create content that is correlated and directly fit for your target audience, you guys. We're going to be discussing a bunch of different things in this video, so make sure you guys go ahead and rate, comment, like, and subscribe, and let's get into creating this nice, natural, soft glam look together. Alright, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said in the intro, in today's video, we are going to be discussing how to create content that is fit for your target audience. You guys, this video is actually quite fitting because I'm on my way actually to go create some content. I'm going to be going downtown again. If you guys have been keeping up with me on Instagram, I'm going to go downtown today and I am going to go through and shoot some content. So the first thing I'm doing right now, you guys, I'm taking my You to the People Superfood Air with Moisturizing Cream. This is what it looks like. As you guys can see, I've been using this a lot. It has really been helping my skin. As y'all can see, when I went to Mexico, my forehead broke out so much. So we're trying to like get that back in order right now. But like I said, you guys, we're going to be discussing how to go through and create content that is fit for your target audience. And the reason why I didn't want to just say, okay, how to go through and create content, you have to make sure that you know how to create content that is fit for your target audience. There's a huge difference. There is a huge difference, and that is definitely what I wanted to go through and make sure I discussed during today's video. So first things first, you want to make sure, first of all, before you even start creating content, this is a mistake that I see a lot of my clients make before they come to me. I just see a lot of this just going on within the industry as a whole, you guys. You have to know who the content is going to be for. Who is the content for? Who is your brand for? And y'all know I have to go through and mention this topic in almost every video, but that is knowing your target audience. You can't create content if you don't even know who the content is going to be created for. Make sure you guys go through and do that. Make sure you know who you are creating the content for. So who's your target audience? Who is she? Is it a he? Is it a she? Is it females? Is it males? Is it both? Is your brand unisex? Ooh, I actually really like this. Y'all know I be getting sidetracked. So who is the actual brand for? Who is she? What does she like to do? Where are some of the places she likes to go? How does she like to dress if you're selling clothing? How does she like to do her makeup if you're selling makeup? What does she like to, how do you want her to feel when she comes in contact with your brand? How should she feel when she comes in contact with your brand? Y'all know I got my notes right here. What does she look like? What's her overall lifestyle like? You want to go through and brainstorm a ton of things when it comes to figuring out who your target audience is, you guys. You want to make sure that you consider all of these things before you even go out there and start creating content. Because how are you even going to know what content to create if you don't even know who the content is going to be for? So if you're out here creating content and you have no idea as to who your target audience is or who you want your target audience to be, you should not be out here creating content. Okay? Period. So like I said earlier, a lot of you guys don't know who your content is going to be for, and you're wondering why you're not getting sales. You're wondering why no one is engaging with your brand. Troyia, why am I not getting sales? I don't understand why. I'm posting. It has to be a lot more, first of all, than posting. But you have to go through and realize who is the content going to be for. A lot of y'all are out here, like I said, creating content, and you have no idea who the content is even for. First, understand who the content is for and how you want to go through and convey that message to your targeted audience. So that's the first thing. Knowing who your target audience is and knowing who the brand is meant for is going to save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and a lot of money. Emphasis on the a lot of money part. So make sure you guys go through and brainstorm that. So yeah, right now I'm just doing some color correcting. Like I said earlier, I'm about to go downtown and shoot some content for Black Friday. I am almost done. I have a photo shoot today. Well, not a photo shoot today, but I'm gonna go downtown and get some content today. and then I'm gonna go to the photo studio that I rent out tomorrow. So after that, I should be really pretty much done with Black Friday content for now, unless I want to go out and get some more, because you guys probably seen at this point that I'm running my Black Friday collection. I'm offering my Black Friday collection rather early, super early. So that is what we are getting prepared for. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about as well, when it comes to just content overall and content in general. Let me use this mirror. One of my subscribers actually sent this to me. Super cute. And I mentioned her in my last small business haul. But anywho, y'all, another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys as well is knowing how to talk to your audience. A lot of y'all don't know how to talk to your audience. And it all starts with understanding who she is. How does she talk? How does she talk to her girlfriends? How does she talk talking in general? How is her language? What type of language does she speak? And not necessarily language like English, Spanish type of language, but how does she communicate? Is she someone who uses a lot of slang? Is she really, you know, have an advanced vocabulary? You know, what are some of those things? So let me look at my notes real quick so I can make sure I'm explaining everything to you guys. How does she communicate? Does she use slang? Is she a little bit maybe articulate when it comes to her words? Does she have an extensive vocabulary? So you guys want to go through and think about that. How are you going to communicate with your target audience? That's also going to help you with caption creating. I'm going to be doing a whole entire separate video on creating captions, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that as well. But when it comes to speaking her language, how does she talk? How does she communicate? For me, for example, I know that my target audience, she uses a mixture of both. She uses a lot of slang when she's talking to her girlfriends, but she knows how to code switch and she knows how to change it up when it comes to maybe a more professional setting. So I know that since I am more so trying to be my target audience's best friend, I'm going to talk to her as if I'm talking to my best friend. I'm going to make sure that I communicate with her the same way that her best friend is going to communicate with her as well. So I'm going to be using a lot of different, you know, trendy slang words, trendy sayings, trendy phrases that you guys probably see all over social media. So I'm going to say, okay, sis, did we understand the assignment? I'm going to talk to her like that. I'm going to be using some of those pop culture trendy sayings. I may say period. I may say, hey girl, hey. I may say, what's up, sis? I may say ain't. I may say, you know, I may use a lot of those different slang words. I may say y'all. Like I said, I may say sis, period. I understood the assignment. I might say it's giving. You guys kind of get what I'm saying here. I'm going to talk to my target audience the way that she communicates with her best friend, the way that she talks as well. So you guys want to make sure that you first of all understand how to communicate with your target audience. How should I even be communicating with this person? I am literally giving very much Oompa Loompa right now. Y'all see how orange my face is because it is color corrector? But I really like it. It works really good. So if y'all are interested in a good color corrector, use this one from NARS. I'm not sure if y'all follow Tasha Washa, but she recommended this and it works really good. And I'm using the shade medium deep. It's like an orange color corrector. And like I said, my skin been going through it, so I just been using this color corrector recently to just cancel out any dark marks or anything like that, which I don't have a ton of. I have pretty decent skin, but just as of lately with all of the traveling I've been doing, my skin has been just not cooperating the way that I would like. So yeah, you guys, back to what we were discussing when it comes to like language and communicating with our target audience. Understand how to go through and communicate with her, because it's gonna go through and just create more of a translatable message when it comes to your overall brand message as well. She's gonna be able to relate to you a little bit more because you're speaking the same language. So if you're talking very proper all the time and that's not who your target audience is, she may not go through and feel like you are establishing like more of a tight-knit relationship. And that is going to be another video I'm going to be doing here very soon, is how to go through and establish trust, how to build relationships with your target audience and different things like that as well. So let me pull back up my notes as well. All right, you guys, so that is what I would definitely go through and say about content creation, or, you know, understanding your target audience's language and understanding how to go through and communicate with her. So that way you guys can establish, you know, more of that trust factor and just really get to know each other on more of like, I wouldn't say one-on-one basis, but definitely getting to know her better. Okay, that is basically what I'm trying to say. Doing your makeup and talking at the same time is quite difficult. So the next thing I'm about to do, y'all, is conceal. I like to just put concealer around the areas that tend to be a little bit darker, which is like around my mouth is a little bit darker. And then I put some at the top. And then I'm also going to put a little bit on my forehead. And then I'm going to put a little bit under my eyes because I want a really, really bright under eye today. And then I'm going to put a little bit here because that's where I've been breaking out. I want to say that it's called like maskne. Isn't it? Isn't that what it's called when you get like acne from wearing the mask? Alright, cool. This is good. So I'm going to just take a brush and just blend it out. But yeah, you guys, I am about to go through and finish filming content, or not filming content, creating content for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm excited about it. My Black Friday collection launches on November 19th. So this should be up. This video should be up before my collection drops. So hopefully you guys will be able to get a chance to see it, watch it, all that good stuff. And support me as well. Support my brand too. Definitely. The next thing I wanted to go through and discuss with you guys as well is copying other people's content. I have to go through and discuss this. I cannot tell you guys the amount of times I've come across other boutique pages that look exactly like mine. And I'm not even saying me to like toot my horn or anything like that, because I know I create pretty great content. But I'm just saying, like, even other people's brands. How many times I've come across other boutiques brands and they look like another boutique's brand. And it's like, well, obviously we can tell that you got this inspiration or you've completely copied the content strategy of so-and-so's brand. So please, 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 you guys, stop copying other people's content and make it a little bit less obvious. Of course, I get inspiration from other boutiques. I get inspiration from other businesses and, you know, big brand or big name retailers all the time. But what I do is I make it my own. So try to go through and make it your own. Stop stealing people's verbiage, taking captions from other brands as well, and create your own brand image and your own brand identity. The reason I say this, you guys, is because for example, when I'm creating content, I have a content strategy. There's a strategy behind which I'm posting. There's a strategy behind the content that I'm creating. So right now, I'm going to go out and get content for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but I have a strategy behind what I'm going to do in order to go through and get that content. So 9 times out of 10, the brands that you guys may be copying, or if you aren't copying your brands that you guys are getting content from, they also have strategies as well. They aren't just going out here and just creating content and just throwing it up. No, there's a strategy behind it. So once you go through and you are, you know, copying another brand's content, there's a strategy behind why they posted it. So if you're just going through and you're just copying it and you have no strategy behind it, it's almost like you're just copying it for no reason. Like, there's no plan behind why you're going through and you're capturing or taking or copying that other brand's content. So basically, all in all, I'm trying to say is create your own brand image. Create your own content strategy that you can use, so that way you don't have to go out and copy all of these other brands' content. Create your own image. 9 times out of 10 as well, a lot of my clients send me you guys' pages who create the same exact content as me. And guess what I do? I do this, you guys, just because I work very, very hard when it comes to content. So for another brand to completely like take my content and just post it as their own in literally verbatim, a lot of my captions are taken verbatim, a lot of my verbiage is taken from verbatim as well. What I do is I just block them. So some people be like, you know, that's a little bit mean, that's a little bit harsh. But when you work so hard to create something and somebody just takes it and just splatters their name on it, and just, you know, takes your entire idea, your entire vision, and your entire you know, brand identity when it comes to content creation, and they just take it. It's almost like a slap in the face because you work so hard to create it. So I really recommend you guys to, you know, don't copy anyone else's content. Use it as inspiration, for sure, for sure, for sure, so that way you can have your own brand identity. Oftentimes I can look at someone's page and be like, oh, they got inspiration from such and such. And granted, I'm a boutique owner, so of course I know, because I'm always looking at other boutiques and different things like that as well. But your audience, they can pick up on those same exact traits as well, because they don't only shop with you, they're not only exposed to your brand, so they can easily pick up on those same exact things as well, you guys. So a lot of the content that these brands are creating, it's backed up by data. They're looking at their analytics, and they're making content decisions and strategies based upon their analytics. So if you're just taking it and you have no strategy behind it, it's not really serving you and your brand any type of purpose, is basically what I'm saying there. So make sure you guys are creating content that relates back to your brand, content that makes sense with your content strategy, content that makes sense with your overall marketing goals, and different things of that nature. So I'm not saying to not get inspiration. I'm just saying to not copy and plagiarize verbatim, is what I'm saying there. So we are going to take some concealer. This is the Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer. I used to use this when I used to work at Sephora all the time, and I have stopped using it. And then Sephora recently had the little sale that they had, and I was like, I need a really good like brightening concealer, but still something that looks a little bit more natural. So I went through and I grabbed this one. The shade I'm using is the shade Caramel, and I really like it because it's, as y'all can see, like it's bright, but it's still like a natural type of bright. It's like a neutral type of concealer. It doesn't have all that yellow in it or anything like that. So I'm just using this one, and I really like it. I've been falling back in love with this one, and they give you so much product, as y'all can see. Like, look how big this jar is. Sorry y'all, my camera cut off, but I've been using this, and then I'm also gonna mix it in with my Juvia's Place. This one is really good. This is in the shade 16, and this is what's gonna give me more of that brightening look, because this one is, I don't want to say this is skin tone, because it's not, but it's a little bit closer to my skin complexion. But this one, as y'all can see, is very bright. So we're just gonna take a little bit of that. As y'all can see how bright that went through and made everything. Take a little bit of that, and I just put it at the inner part because I want it to be brighter at the inner part of my eye. But yeah, you guys, jumping back into the topic of content and all that good stuff, like I was just saying earlier, is to just create content that is for your brand, that makes sense to you. Content that makes sense to you. Another thing I wanted to discuss also is different forms of content. And oh my goodness, this is like a topic, y'all. This is a topic that you want to make sure that you tune in and you listen to, because I cannot stress this enough when it comes to content. You have to give your audience and your consumers different forms of content. I don't want to use the word hate because that's like such a strong word, but I really dislike when I come in contact with a brand and all I see is the same form of content. That's it. I'm pretty sure you guys have come across brands that every single, oh, I look insane. You literally have no eyebrows, but and no eyelashes. But what I'm saying right now is, I'm pretty sure you guys have come in contact with brands that use that same grass wall, that same white backdrop. Every single post, and I mean every single post on their entire feed is that same grass wall, is that same backdrop. They're taking it at the same exact location, and it's not giving their target audience variety. It's not giving me any type of variety. All you see is collages. They're going to show you the front, maybe the back and the side. I'm pretty sure y'all seen those boutiques out there. I'm not going to name them, but there's quite a few of them that create the same exact content over and over and over again. And granted, some of those boutiques do great. A lot of those boutiques do great. But the reason why I'm telling you guys to not go through and do that, especially if you're just starting out, is because you haven't established that trust yet, or that relationship with your target audience. So you haven't gone through, you haven't established that trust, you haven't established that relationship with your target audience. So they don't trust that your content or the products that you're offering them may be, you know, as quality as you say they are, or, you know, they haven't gone through and established that relationship with you just yet. Oftentimes we look at these bigger brands like Fashion Novas and Pretty Little Things and Meshkis and Boohoo and, you know, those larger brands out there, and they can get away with posting the same exact content over and over again with that white backdrop, with those same models over and over and over and over and over again, the same exact form of content, because they've already established a relationship with their audience. Their audience already trusts them. Whereas you and I, we can't go through and do those things, you guys. We have to give our audience variety until we can go through and establish that trust with them. I really thought that I waste setting powder in my coffee, but I'm glad that I didn't, because this coffee is too good. But anywho, like I was saying, you guys, is give your audience different forms of content. Another reason why you want to give your audience different forms of content as well is because when they put on your pieces of clothing, when they're using your product, they're not standing in front of a white backdrop. Are they? Are they not? They're not. They are going to be using your product, wearing your inventory piece in real life situations. Which is why lifestyle content these days tends to perform a lot better than promotional content. Promotional content is content that is on those backdrops and different things like that as well, you guys. My face looks so smooth. Okay, I did my big one with this one. But yeah, you guys, give your audience variety. When they put on your inventory piece, when they put on that dress that you're selling on your site, they're not standing in front of no white backdrop. They're not standing in front of a grass wall. They're going to be wearing it to the movies. Maybe they might be wearing it to date night. Maybe they'll be wearing it to, you know, wherever place that they're going to. So why not make your content look as if you are attending those places, so that way it creates more of a relatable form of content. They can see themselves wearing that piece of inventory. Content is what really wins the game, you guys. Content is such a really good strategy that you want to take advantage of, when you, especially if you're online. That goes into the next thing I wanted to discuss as well, you guys. We're online businesses. I'm sorry if this video is like everywhere, because I'm trying to do my makeup and talk at the same time. But like I told you guys, we're online businesses, right? Our audience does not have the ability of seeing our inventory pieces in person. They can't see it in person. They can't try it on in a fitting room. They can't, you know, visualize themselves wearing it. They can't stand in front of a mirror and hold it up next to their body like we do in the stores. They can't see it at all. So guess what? I like to call that, you know, like blind shopping. When you're online shopping, you're technically shopping a little bit blind. You're depending on the picture that business is providing you in order to make a purchasing or buying decision. So you have to make sure that the content that you are creating and you are giving to your target audience is quality. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've got going on a coaching call and I have clients that come to me and they're like, Troy, I'm not making any sales. I don't know what's going on. And I look at their content and I'm like, well, first of all, sis, I can't even see the picture. The whole entire thing is blurry. Everything is blurry. I can't see it. I don't even know what I'm purchasing. So if I don't know what I'm buying, I'm not going to buy it. You know what I mean? Ooh, my bad, y'all. Make it make sense, right? If I don't know what I'm purchasing, how can I go through and purchase it? Your photos are blurry. You only have one photo of the garment. I'm looking at the actual photo itself. Everything's all choppy. I can't exactly even see what it is. You're not telling me what the garment is. All you're telling me to do is shop now. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time as well. But I need to be able to see what I'm purchasing. So if I can't see what I'm purchasing, how am I going to make that buying decision? That is where high quality content comes into play. When your customers are shopping with you, they want to see what they're spending their money on. And if I go on your site and I'm on your Instagram page, and all I see is one photo. That's it. You gave me a little video in it. The video was bad quality. The video was blurry. I couldn't see exactly what I was getting my hands into. You didn't share with me why I needed to have it. You just told me to buy it. I'm gonna be like, no ma'am. And I'm gonna exit out. And I may not even follow you. I may not even want to do business with you or come in contact with your brand again. Because it almost gives fraud vibes. You're telling me that I need to buy something, but you're not showing me why I need to buy it, and you're not giving me enough content to even persuade me into purchasing that garment anyway. So why would I go through and make that purchase? Ask yourself that, sis. Why would I go through and make that purchase if I don't even know what I'm purchasing? Oh, this is a brow, honey. Okay. Gotta conceal it out, but it's giving what it's supposed to give. But yeah, you guys, ask yourself that. When you're looking at your content, ask yourself, as the business owner, would I purchase this? If the answer is no, and be honest with yourself. Is my content persuading my customer to purchase? In every piece of content, you also don't need to persuade. You don't need to sell in every piece of content. But that's a whole nother topic at another time as well. But let's get into it, actually. All of your content shouldn't be you selling. Because that's just going to make your target audience and your consumers think all she wants is my money. She doesn't care about me. She doesn't care about my well-being. All she wants to do is sell. And our email marketing and our SMS marketing should be the same exact thing. Every time you send out a text message, every time you send out an email blast, you shouldn't have to sell in every single one of those things. So make sure you guys go through and realize that as well. Lifestyle content is important. Promotional content is important. But make sure that every single form of content that you're offering your target audience isn't super salesy. Build that one-on-one relationship with them. To let them know that you care about them. You care about their well-being. You want to meet their needs. You want to make sure that your product is meeting their needs as well. Every caption doesn't have to be something salesy. You can put a nice quote. You can put something relatable. So if I have like a t-shirt for it, let's say I was selling this robe and I took a photo in this robe, I may say something along the lines of, instead of attending brunch this morning, or instead of attending Sunday Fun Day, I decided to put my robe on and enjoy a little bit of self-care. Not one time did I tell you to purchase it. Not one time did I tell you to buy anything. I just told you what I was doing as far as using the products. It's called subliminal marketing. You're subliminally marketing towards your target audience. You're not necessarily telling them to purchase. You're telling them through your content why they need to have your garment and how it can meet their needs. Also, it's a form of storytelling as well. Like I said, y'all, sorry if I'm all over the place with this video. I haven't done a chit chat get ready with me in a minute. But these brows, honey, is snatched. Look at that. When I blend that out, oh, okay. Snatched. I have nowhere to go but to get these content photos. So I might figure out something I can do this afternoon, since my face gonna be all nice and beat. I think the new products that I've been using has been like really transferring like my overall makeup looks. But yeah, you guys, content is so important. That is how our customers are going to be able to see what they're purchasing. Like I said earlier, we are online. Our customers are basically shopping blind. All in all, they're shopping blind. So you want to make sure that you overly deliver when it comes to your content. Give them so many different forms of content. They're like, wow, I know exactly what I'm getting at my doorstep. Wow, she gave me so much content. I know that this is going to be a good buying decision. I know exactly what to expect. How many times have you guys shopped with a brand before and you didn't know what you were going to get at your doorstep? Oftentimes, if that's the case, you're not going to go through and shop with or support that brand. So make sure you guys have a good indication or some clarity, sorry I'm shaking the camera, as to what you're purchasing, or you know, what you're showcasing to your audience as well. Oh, this brow right here is snatched. This one, she need a little bit of work. So yeah, you guys, that is it for this video. I will come back when I am done. I just got to do my brows, put on some lashes, and we are good to go. And I will see you guys after I am done with the look. Alright, you guys, so that is about it. Those are some of my tips and tricks when it comes to creating content that is fit directly for your target audience. My biggest piece of advice here is just to know who you are creating the content for. If you don't know who you're creating the content for, like I said earlier, you have no business creating content at all. You want to make sure that the content is directed and created for someone in particular, and that you have someone in mind who you're directing that content to. Alright, you guys, so that is everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the look. Hopefully this video wasn't too all over the place, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.